As a country infused with colonial practices for most of its recorded history, the Philippines' pre-colonial past can oftentimes be viewed with an air of mystery, a long-gone era where beliefs and traditions are nothing but a distant, almost unimaginable memory. Before the Philippines attained complete independence in 1946, the country's education system was patterned on the systems of Spain and the United States countries, which colonized and governed the country for more than 300 years. However, after independence, the country's educational system has constantly undergone reform. The meaning of pre-colonial is the existing or occurring before an area undergoes colonizations, pre-colonial America, pre-colonial cultures. What is the advantage of pre-colonial era? During the pre-colonial period, people didn't have any religion or belief because before we were free, we had everything in our hands and we were free to do anything we wanted. We didn't have anything ruling over us and dictating us what is needed to be done. Disadvantage of colonialism. Unfamiliar system of government. The colonial masters brought new and alien systems of government which the natives were not familiar with. This system of government gave less importance to and had less regard for the systems of government of the colonies.
The cultural achievements of pre-colonial in the Philippines include those covered by the prehistory and the early history. The purpose of education during that time was for survival. To transmit knowledge, it was acquired through observation, imitation, and practice. The teaching and learning focused on these following aspects: skills, behavior, and communication. The educational system during pre-colonial period are informal teaching, unstructured, and devoid of methods. Skills include physical and hands-on activities. Men and women trained in different ways.
In ancient Philippines, children were given the rudiments of education. Such education was both academic and vocation, which was supervised by their parents, tribal tutors, or those assigned for specific roles within their communities. For example, the babaylans. Another example is the father. The father trained his son to be warriors, hunters, fishermen, miners, lumbermen, and shipbuilders, while the mother, on her part, trained her daughters in cooking, gardening, serving, and other household arts. It is also said that in ancient Panay, there was a barangay school. It is called Butuan, under the charge of the teacher, usually an old man. The subjects taught to the children in this barangay school were reading, writing, arithmetic, use of weapons and lubos, acquiring kidadman or amulets.
Education was existent before colonization. During the pre-colonial period, education was decentralized. Children were provided more vocational training but lesser academics, which were headed by their parents or by their tribal tutors. Education was truly valued by the early Filipinos. The fathers trained their sons in how to hunt and other means of maintaining a livelihood. On the other hand, the mothers were in charge of the girls and instructing on household chores. The purpose of this type of education was to prepare both boys and girls to become good husbands and wives in the future. And also, Filipinos during pre-colonial period knew how to read and write using their own alphabet called alibata. The educators or the teachers during that time were the babaylan and the Catalonan. Gifted with wisdom and knowledge on spirituality and the system of running their own society, they were respected by the people of the society.
During the pre-colonial period, time there was already an indigenous spiritual traditions practiced by the people in the Philippines. Generally, for lack of better terminology, prehistoric people are described to be animistic. Their practice was a collection of beliefs and culture mores anchored in the idea that the world is inhabited by spirits and supernatural entities,
both good and bad, and that respect be accorded to them through nature worship. Thus, they believe that their daily lives has a connection of such beliefs. Others also worship the moon, stars, caves, mountains, rivers, plants, and trees. Some creatures are being worshipped too, like the bird, crow, tortoise, crocodile, and other things they believe has value and connected to their lives. The variation of animistic practices appears in different ethnic groups. Magic, chants, and prayers are often key features. Its practitioners were highly respected in the community as they were healers, midwives, shamans, witches, and warlocks, kabaylans, tribal historians, and wisdom elders that provided the spiritual and traditional life of the community. In the Visayan region, there is a belief of witchcraft and mythical creatures like aswang, nuno sa punso, and other mythic creatures.
Today, let's explore the importance and history of baybayin during pre-colonial period. Let's start. Baybayin was a pre-Spanish Philippine writing system. The term baybay also means to spell. It was being used in 16th century and also continued during Spanish colonization of the Philippines until 19th century. Baybayin was the proper term for ancient script, and alibata was an ancient Filipino script wherein they believed that it is originated from Javanese. The alphabet that have been used during pre-colonial period is baybayin, wherein the certain characters of this writing system can lift up either consonant or vowel. The baybayin writing was only used in Tagalog-speaking regions during pre-colonial times until the time has come and it's been replaced by the Spaniards and changed into Roman alphabet. The direction or pattern of how they use baybayin is from left to right. Why do we think that baybayin is necessary? Because it's been a part of our being a Filipino. It's important to everyone in learning the script in order to gain more knowledge, share awareness to others, and also to appreciate what culture we have.